Ever thought of having pizza for breakfast? Intriguing, isn't it? Well, imagine this. The warmth of the morning sun meets the irresistible aroma of a pizza baking, a concoction of buttery, crispy crust slathered with a layer of creamy melted cheese. Juxtaposed with the crunch of smoky bacon, the subtle sweetness of caramelized onions, and the perfect pop of a sunny-side-up egg in the center. Every bite, a harmony of well-balanced flavors, providing a morning culinary experience like no other. We're not just talking about a pizza, we're talking about a revolution of the breakfast table. This isn't your standard breakfast fare, it's a novel, gastronomic discovery. So why not embark on this new wave of morning meals that challenges the traditional norms of breakfast? Let's dive into a culinary adventure where we explore the unique twist of a breakfast pizza. The journey begins with the dough, the embodiment of your pizza's character, the very backbone that holds together the plethora of flavors that make a pizza. Well, a pizza. Starting this journey requires a few simple ingredients: warm water, sugar, and yeast. To kick off this pizza-making adventure, you'll first need to fetch a small bowl, a vessel in which you'll be initiating the crucial first step of the process, transforming the yeast from dormant granules to a lively, frothy mixture. In this bowl, stir together 1 cup of warm water, just right, not scorching hot, not lukewarm, but a comfortable warmth that will wake up the yeast. Add to the water 1 tablespoon of sugar, the sweet sustenance needed for the yeast to bloom. Now, delicately sprinkle in 2 1/4 teaspoons of yeast. This humble ingredient, often overlooked in its contribution to the culinary world, is about to prove its worth. Allow yourself to wait, allowing time for the yeast to feed on the sugar, to bubble and froth, to come alive. This will take about 5 to 10 minutes, in which you can ponder upon the magic of nature's microscopic baker, the yeast. While your yeast awakens, turn your attention to a larger bowl. Here you'll be mixing the dry elements: 3 cups of flour and a subtle yet necessary 2 teaspoons of salt. Form a well in the center, a crater waiting to be filled with the frothy yeast mixture you've patiently nurtured. Pour into this well your yeast, now alive and bubbling. Add to this a dash, or to be specific, 1 tablespoon of olive oil. The olive oil, besides adding a subtle flavor, will give your dough that smooth, elastic consistency that's desired. Now unite these ingredients, stir them together, watch as they combine and form something new: your pizza dough. Knead this dough on a floured surface for roughly 5 to 7 minutes. Feel it becoming smooth, elastic, and ready. Place this in a lightly oiled bowl, cover it with a gentle hug of a damp cloth, and let it rest in a warm place. In about an hour, your dough will have doubled in size, a testament to time well spent and patience rewarded. This journey of transformation, from simple ingredients to a promising dough, is where the magic truly begins. Your pizza-to-be has taken its first breath. The journey begins with the dough, the backbone of your pizza, and this is where the real. Once the dough has been prepared and set aside for rising, turn your attention to the oven. Preheat it to a baking-ready temperature of 475 degree F, or 245 degrees C if you're using the metric system. This high heat will ensure that your pizza crust achieves the deliciously golden crunch that is a hallmark of any good pizza. If the tools at your disposal include a pizza stone, now is the time to utilize it. Pizza stones are an exceptional accessory to the pizza-making process, as they provide a consistently heated surface that aids in achieving the perfect crust texture. So, if you have one, place it inside the oven as it preheats. Let's return to the dough that has been rising. The process of rising allows the yeast in the dough to ferment the sugars and produce carbon dioxide, giving the dough its lift and making it soft and fluffy. Having waited for the necessary rise time, it's time to punch it down. This action releases the gases trapped within and prepares the dough for its next shaping. Once done, transfer the dough to a clean, floured surface. Here's where you get to determine the thickness of your pizza. A thinner will be crispier, while a thicker one will be doughier. It's entirely up to your preference. With the dough rolled out according to your liking, the next stage involves the artful layering of toppings. But first, if you are employing a pizza stone, shift the rolled dough onto a piece of parchment paper to facilitate an easy transfer. Now the first layer of topping is cheese, specifically shredded mozzarella cheese. An ample 2 cups should suffice to bring about a deliciously gooey texture and rich flavor to your pizza. Sprinkle it evenly over the dough so that every bite is cheese-filled. The next layers are the diced bell pepper and tomato, and the crumbled breakfast sausage. Half a pound of sausage and half of a diced bell pepper and tomato each should provide a good balance of meaty flavor and fresh, tangy crunch. Arrange the toppings in a way that makes the pizza visually appealing as well as delicious. A multicolored pizza will certainly whet your appetite. Finally, the crowning glory of this pizza: the eggs. Gently carve out 4 small wells bed of toppings, taking care not to break through the dough. Crack open 4 fresh eggs, depositing 1 in each well. These eggs will cook beautifully in the oven heat, adding a that pairs wonderfully with the other toppings. Sprinkle a dash of salt and a hint of pepper over them for that final touch. Let your pizza creation bake to perfection, and there you have it. A delicious homemade pizza, ready for you and your family to devour. Into the oven it goes. Embarking on this culinary endeavor, we find ourselves navigating the intricate process of baking the perfect breakfast pizza. If you're privileged enough to be using a pizza stone, an essential tool for any pizza aficionado, you'll need to exercise caution. Gently transfer the parchment paper, cradling your meticulously assembled pizza, onto this preheated stone. This stone, radiating heat uniformly, ensures a crust both crispy and perfectly cooked. Commence the baking process. The time span you're aiming for is approximately 12 to 15 minutes. This duration is just right to transform your raw ingredients into a tantalizing feast. Remain vigilant for the cues of perfection. When the crust turns a golden hue, when the cheese has succumbed to the heat and morphed into a bubbly, melty delight, and when the eggs are cooked precisely to your preference. Once the odyssey in the oven concludes and your pizza emerges triumphant, let it cool for a few moments. This brief interlude before the feast allows the flavors to settle and mingle. Next, garnish it with a sprinkle of freshness, a tablespoon of freshly chopped chives or parsley, providing a vibrant contrast to the rich, warm flavors of your pizza. Having accomplished this, you are now ready for the grand finale. Slice your masterpiece into equal sections, revealing layers of flavors nestled within the golden crust. It's time to serve your delicious breakfast. And there you have it, a breakfast pizza offering the cozy feel of pizza with breakfast freshness. A treat for pizza fans and a twist for breakfast lovers. Enjoy this culinary masterpiece. Make your mornings more exciting.